Welcome to University of Arizona Wildcat Hockey. I'm Timothy Gasson. I'll be bringing you this afternoon's game between number 13 Arizona and the Grand Canyon University Antelopes. This is the second of a two-game series. Division II Grand Canyon University actually defeated Division I Arizona yesterday here at the Tucson Arena by a score of 3-2 on a late game-winning goal. This is quite the shock, of course, throughout the ACHA, a Division II team beating a Division I team. It's probably the ACHA Division II team's Antelopes' biggest win in their short history, and they hope to duplicate that effort here today against the University of Arizona Wildcats. Now, these two games will not affect the national rankings for the Wildcats, but obviously if the Wildcats want to improve and get momentum going toward the national tournament, which will happen in March in Columbus, Ohio, they need to have a better effort than they did in the first game of the second semester, which was yesterday. Arizona seemed sluggish. They were slow to the puck. They didn't play well in any phase of the game. Grand Canyon University came and played a 60-minute game, very similar to the first game of the season that Arizona played Grand Canyon here at the Tucson Arena. While Grand Canyon lost that game 5-3 to Arizona, they were in the game for almost the entire time, played very hard for all 60 minutes, and that's the kind of effort that the Arizona Wildcats are going to need to come up with a victory here today. Arizona enters today 16 wins and 7 losses, and the Antelope enter with 10 wins, 11 losses, and 3 ties, and that's in as a Division II team. They are ranked in the top 10 of ACHA Division II. Arizona ranked in number 13 in ACHA Division I. So this will be fascinating to see of how Arizona responds. Grand Canyon right now is taking the ice. They were very excited for warm-ups, and you can imagine that. They had the biggest win, perhaps, in their entire team's history yesterday here at the TCC, and they are ready for this game. Are the Wildcats ready? We'll find out in this first period exactly how angry they are about this game yesterday. Month layoff between the semesters, and perhaps after winning the Cactus Cup, sweeping ASU, perhaps mentally for a 2 p.m. game, they weren't as focused as they would like to be. That's no excuse because Grand Canyon University also had a month layoff between semesters, and they had not played a game in the second semester either. They just won the game. So the Arizona Wildcats will have to play much better today in order to start off and to get their first win of the 2018 calendar year. Grand Canyon is already on their bench. We're awaiting the Wildcats. They're just now appearing to walk on the walkway to take the ice. We'll have the game introductions, our national anthem, and then we'll drop the puck. It's number 13 Arizona and the Grand Canyon University Antelopes. You're watching University.
And ladies and gentlemen, here's the starting lineup for your Arizona Wildcats. Starting at left wing, number 15, Anthony Cusinelli. At right wing, number 18, Ethan Stahluth. At the center position for your Cats, number 12, Chris Westland. At left defense, number 21, Orion Olsen. At right defense, number 3, Trey Kern. And in the nets today for your Wildcats, number 30, Anthony Giro. The head coach of your Wildcats is Chad Berman, assistant coaches Eddie Olivia, Shane Bossell, and John Hogan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats and face the south goal for today's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And we're ready to play
Your
hockey
referee-
here this afternoon between Arizona and Grand Canyon University. Anthony Shuro getting the start in goal for Arizona. He's been splitting time with senior Austin Wilson in goal. This will be the 9th game he's played in this year. Has a 2.97 goals against average and a 5-2 record. In the Grand Canyon goal, it'll be Daniel Swale getting the nod. He's appeared in 9 games, has a 2.92 goal against average. Yesterday, Michael Barabash played an excellent game in goal for Grand Canyon University. We'll see if Swale can duplicate that effort. On the Arizona side of things, Austin Wilson played well at times, but let in a couple untimely goals that gave Grand Canyon the opportunity to do just enough to win that game and come away with their first victory against a Division I opponent. So we are underway in the rubber match here. Arizona actually has the series this season tied 1-1 with Grand Canyon. They won the first game of the season, and we'll play one more game in Phoenix area next month to conclude the 4-game series. Puck has been dropped in. Captain of the Wildcats, Orion Olson, chases for it behind his own goal. The puck comes in on net, but bounces to the near side. Now out to center ice, where Anthony Cusinelli, the ACHA leading goal scorer, who was kept off the board yesterday, tries to send it in deep. The Antelopes recover and dig for it behind their own goal. It comes up the near side now out to center ice. We have a couple new players in the lineup today. Keelan Ulnick, a 6'3" defenseman. He'll wear number 24 today, make his Wildcat debut. And Robert Smythe returns to the Wildcats. He played for the Wildcats last year and has rejoined the team for the second semester as they attempt to make their national tournament run. I'm fascinated to see how Arizona responds early in this game, as there's a rebound and another rebound, and the puck is just sitting in the slot. Arizona keeps it in. That's Nick Zellmer throwing it down deep. Comes around to the far side. And now out to center ice. Grand Canyon just sends it up the ice, and Trey Green takes a big hit trying to get off to the bench. I think Arizona needs to play a physical game. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. At least that's what it says on paper. Grand Canyon proved that. Didn't matter yesterday as they won the game 3-2, but Arizona should be a more skilled, bigger, stronger, faster team. But they need to show that on the ice here today where it counts. So I would think being physical would be a big key to the Wildcats today, especially once they figure out how the officials are going to be calling this game. Yesterday, the game was called very loosely. A lot of things perhaps other referees would have called a penalty. They weren't. Arizona didn't quite adjust to that style of play and understand that some of those things weren't going to be called. They needed to move on as the puck comes out of the zone. There's an offside there. Manny Rowe unable to keep it in the offensive zone while the face-off outside the blue line. Of course, every game can be called differently, and teams need to adjust to how the referee is calling the game. You can't expect to wait for those calls and that those calls are going to bail you out, even if it's an obvious penalty. If the referee doesn't call it, you have to play on and play through. And that's a good lesson for Arizona to learn, as there's a tip and another tip in front. As the Cats go for another tip, a lot of loose pucks out there in front of Daniel Swale, but Swale does eventually find it, and the Antelopes take a little bit of notice of the extra poke after the whistle. I think this is the kind of attitude and kind of grit that Arizona has to have against Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon has incredible confidence. They entered the ice for warm-ups, hooting and hollering today with that kind of confidence. The only way to stop that kind of confidence is by getting a few goals in the net against them and show that you're the better team. So that's what Arizona's challenge is today against a Grand Canyon Antelope team that certainly played 60 minutes in their opening season loss to Arizona, and also 60 minutes in their win yesterday against Arizona. As Orion Olson throws the puck, it bounces. It didn't quite get through to the goal. Bounces to the near side corner. And now out to the blue line, kept in. Trey Kern sends it down low. Goes to the opposite side. Orion Olson tries to dig for it there. He does keep it in. Orion Olson tries to throw it in the far side corner where Griffin Dine digs it out back to Olson. And it goes down deep where Brett Kramer picks it up for Grand Canyon and wheels it up the near side. It's kept in the zone, however. Arizona with some good zone time here. Let's see if they can get a shot on goal. As Dustin Dungy went for the puck there, and it went behind the net. Jake Dickinson digging for it there, throws it right to the slot, but past the stick of Dine. And the puck comes down. There'll be no icing. Grand Canyon goes for a change. We're just underway. 2:30 into this game, and we are still scoreless. It was a scoreless game for a long stretch yesterday before Grand Canyon got a couple of goals that really put Arizona in the hole. Arizona was able to equal the game at 2-2, but gave up a critical late third period goal, which won the game for Grand Canyon. It's been all Cats in this one, all played in the Antelope zone, but so far no really good scoring chances on goal there, as Sean Osment kept the puck in briefly, but it comes out now to the blue line. That's way offside. Called onside by the linesman, and play continues. And we continue on as Anthony Cusinelli tries to dog the Antelope player there, but he gets it to center ice, and Luke Wilson brings it in, throws it in on goal. Shuro makes the save. Puck right in the slot. Cats able to get to it. They are, and they are able to get it out to center ice. Anthony Shuro is a very calm goaltender, number 30 for Arizona in goal tonight. Just a freshman. He has a bright future ahead of him here at Wildcat Hockey. A very calm, focused goaltender. And that's going to serve him well in his college career here. And the Wildcats need a big game from him tonight, as the Antelopes are able to put a little offensive pressure on themselves, as Trey Green goes for the puck in the near side corner now for Grand Canyon. It's thrown right into the slot, but Josh Larson, back in the lineup here today, is able to check his man and keep a shot from coming in on goal. Larson's going to be an important element today, because both he and Trey Decker are back in the lineup. They were sitting out one game yesterday because of a game disqualification in that second ASU game to end the first semester, so they didn't play yesterday. Two important additions. So we have several important additions, more than 4 new Wildcats in the lineup today to try to shake things up and right this ship that had been going so well in the first semester, one of the best first semesters in Arizona Wildcat recent memory. And ending in the Cactus Cup victory in first place in the WCHL. Very humbling loss to Grand Canyon yesterday, and Arizona trying to get back in their winning ways as Manny Rowe goes back for the puck into his own zone. Manny Rowe, a great skater with the puck, needs to work a little bit
on giving the puck away right in his zone as he gave the puck up right on cue there to a Grand Canyon player inside the zone, and it came in as a shot on goal. Next time, Manny, I promise I'm going to say that you're going to have a big windup and a shot for a goal, and maybe that'll happen. I'm not trying to get you to turn the puck over near your own blue line. This play continues on, and Manny Rowe gives a big hit, and he's going to be called for an elbow here, I think. They're calling an interference. He hit William Griswold with a big hit, Manny Rowe. I thought he might have been called for an elbow there, but the puck was gone, and they called him for interference. So you want aggressive play, and you want to be physical, but you got to stay out of the penalty box. And that means the Grand Canyon gets the first opportunity on the power play. Not a lot of penalties yesterday in that 3-2 win for Grand Canyon. And Grand Canyon gets the first attempt.
2 minutes for interference. Time of that penalty, 6 minutes, 25 seconds in the first period.
So interference for Manny Rowe, who can be such a positive player for this team when he's focused and skating well. So he's one of those players you don't like to have in the box because he's such a good skater with the puck. So Grand Canyon goes on the power play, 1:30 to go in the power play. They haven't registered a shot yet in this man advantage as Arizona comes up with the puck and is able to get it almost to center ice. Puck comes in on Shuro, and he wheels it down the ice. Good play by Shuro there. A good stick. Grand Canyon comes back in over the line, sends the puck behind the net. Captain of the team, Ryan Olson, gets caught up there, but gets right back and gets the puck. Good work there by the captain of the team, Ryan Olson, carrying the puck well. Oh, he was lucky to get that out of the zone, however. Could have been a giveaway right at the blue line. And Grand Canyon comes right back in. 50 seconds to go on the power play. The shot goes far wide of the net. And there's a deflection that goes to the side of the net. Good play by Arizona to find it and wheel it down the ice. No icing because they have a man in the box. Manny Rowe will get out in about 30 seconds here. And we'll go back to even-handed. And you can hear, it's a 2 p.m. game, which is unusual for Arizona hockey. So the crowd is very small compared to their usual crowds. And the crowd is very quiet here. Kind of back on their heels. Arizona needs to get this going and get a couple goals to get the crowd into this thing. Grand Canyon has everything exactly how they want it. It's a away game, but it's an afternoon game, and there isn't a lot of game atmosphere here as the puck comes right out into the slot side of the net. Grand Canyon's able to clear it back to the line, but Sean Osment throws it into the slot, and it comes back. There's an attempt at a breakaway pass, and it almost worked. It was going to be offside anyway. And that should have been called offside on Anthony Cusinelli, but play continues. Cusinelli with the puck. Oh, and it goes out the outside of the net. Cusinelli, the sniper, just missed the net there. As the Cats keep the pressure on. 9 minutes gone in the first period. We are still scoreless. And there's a shot and goal. That's a goal! That's a goal for Anthony Cusinelli. He shoots, he scores. Anthony Cusinelli with his 23rd goal of the year. Mr. Dependable, when you need a big goal, Anthony Cusinelli will get it for you. And he pots a big one for the Arizona Wildcats. Now, yesterday, Cusinelli was effective, but because he wasn't getting a lot of support from his teammates, he tried to do a little too much, perhaps. A couple extra dekes, trying to walk through 3 or 4 guys. Just a freshman. Here's the call.
Give it to number 15, Anthony Cusinelli. The assist goes number 12, Chris Westland. That's Cusinelli from Westland. Time of your Wildcat goal, 9 minutes, 5 seconds in the first period.
He shoots, he scores. Cusinelli, just a freshman, leading the ACHA in goals scored. And as I was saying yesterday, he has really good moves, and he can deke 1 or 2 guys, but not a lot of players are going to be able to get by 3 or 4. That's something that he'll learn as he gains more experience at this level of hockey. He's been very effective in this game so far. and gave Arizona that all-important first goal of the period. Play back on now as Grand Canyon looks to respond. We're exactly halfway through the first period, 10 minutes gone. That first shift after you're scored on or after you score is so important for each team. Grand Canyon's the kind of team that just keeps hanging around. And Arizona has to put a consistent effort on them in order to take that confidence away. This is, amazingly, Arizona's first lead in these two-game series. But it's just a one-goal lead as Arizona's going to break in. This is Ty Griffith with the puck, breaking in all alone, and he sends the puck over. Now there's a big save by Daniel Swale. Wow, Ty Griffith could have taken that shot himself, but an unselfish play. He dished it over, and Swale was there for a big save. That could have been a quick second goal for Arizona. And here, I think we're going to have a penalty. It's going to be a holding, I think, on Ty Griffith. This is going to go to Luke Wilson, the Grand Canyon player. Number 11, I believe, is going to go to the box here for holding. Check that, number 24, Gabe Rankin. I did not see this play. Gabe Rankin is going to the box, I believe, with the hold. We'll wait for the call here, and here's a great opportunity for Arizona as they'll have their first power play of the afternoon. I have to keep myself from saying evening. 2 p.m. puck drop here today, very unusual. As Justin Plumhoff will go in for the face-off for Arizona.
Number 24, Gabe Rankin. 2 minutes for holding. Time of that penalty, 10 minutes, 36 seconds in the first period. And it gives your Wildcats a Hogan Transportation power play.
So a power play for Arizona. As Anthony Cusinelli wheels up ice. He's looking for someone to dish that puck to, but it comes back to him in the near side corner. He throws it off to the other side. Now out to the blue line, back to the far side wall. Back to Zellmer in the middle of the ice, down to Cusinelli. Cusinelli cross ice over to Plumhoff. Back to Cusinelli. Oh, it's right in the slot, and there's a backhander and a good pad save there by Swale. He had his pad in the right place and made another vital save. Good goaltending here in both days from Grand Canyon as Cusinelli comes right back in the zone. Can he find someone with the puck? Far side circle. Up to Zellmer, he keeps it in, sends it down low. Cats retain possession. Good zone time here on the power play. Cusinelli with the puck. Is he going to wheel it? Ooh, he sends it across ice, and it comes in, and Swale makes the save. Cats continue in with the puck on the power play. 30 seconds to go, but it comes out of the zone now and out to center ice. Grand Canyon goes for a change. .20 seconds to go on the power play for Arizona as they send it up to center ice. Here's Chris Westland with the puck. But now Grand Canyon comes back 2-on-2. Shot in on Churro. He squeezes the wickets and makes the save. So 7:30 to go. In the first period. I don't know.
Hey, Wildcat fans, next weekend, your Wildcat hockey team will be right back here at the TCC taking on the Utah Utes on Friday and Saturday night at 7:30. Friday night will be our annual Nova Homebugs teddy bear toss. Make sure that
7:27 to go in the first period. Arizona leads 1-0 over the Grand Canyon University Antelope.
there is still time to purchase your own jersey. Please go to ArizonaWildcatHockey.org.
As Ben Fury back in the lineup, had a good game yesterday and a goal for Arizona. Number 9 with the puck. Now Griffin Dine with the puck in the near side corner. Behind, throws it in front. There's Fury with the puck. He's looking. Does he take a shot? Oh, it doesn't get through. Fury was looking for a little opening there. And here's a breakaway for Grand Canyon. A shot in. Oh, Trey Green missed the net. He had Shuro moving to his left, but he missed the net. We talk about big saves. Anthony Shuro just had one for the Arizona Wildcats as we head to the last 6:30 of the first period. And we're going to have another penalty. This is going to be a roughing penalty on Manny Rowe again. Luke Wilson has some words. Check that. Zachary Nasternak has some words for Manny Rowe as Manny Rowe heads to the sin bin for 2 minutes. I think this is going to be a roughing behind the play. Kind of penalty that you just can't take. You're just ahead 1-0 against a very pesky Grand Canyon team. So we'll see what Grand Canyon does with this opportunity. We'll wait for the call too, but I think this is 2 minutes for roughing.
Number 20, Manny Rowe. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of that penalty, 12 minutes, 26 seconds in the first period.
So indeed it was a rough behind the play. The referee saw it. Now Arizona uses just the one referee system here at home, 2 linesmen and a referee. You have the option of using 2 referees and 2 linesmen like in the NHL. But there's a hit right along the boards and no call. This should be an interference call on Grand Canyon, but the referee just looks at it and lets play go on. Arizona prefers not to use the 2 referee method, thinks they get a more consistently called game. At this level of play, the officials aren't as experienced as at others, and the feeling is there's a shot in and a blocker save there by Swale. The thought is that the game isn't called as consistently at the ACHA level when you have 2 referees if the referees don't have enough experience. And I think that's generally true too. So Arizona just uses the 1 referee system. .40 seconds to go on the power play for Grand Canyon, and Arizona just wheels it down the ice. This is similar to yesterday's game in the fact that the Antelopes really couldn't generate much. Everything they got was off a mistake from Arizona. Now they capitalized on those mistakes, and those goals count. But if Arizona plays a good checking game, you don't get the feeling that Grand Canyon can really generate a lot on its own, as there's a good tip that goes over the net. Only 8 seconds to go on the power play now for Grand Canyon as they send the puck in, and there's a good pad save by Anthony Shuro, and the puck comes out to center ice and down the ice. That shouldn't be icing, and it's not icing, and both teams go for a change. Manny Rowe goes to the box. Already 2 minors for him in the first period. Be interesting to see how Manny Rowe is used for the rest of this game. Got to stay out of the box as the Cats break out to center ice. And over the blue line, that's Josh Larson back in the lineup with the puck. And over to Trey Decker, also back in the lineup, but he misses the net. Trey Kearns picks it up for Arizona. Sends it down the ice. This will be an ice on Arizona. And we'll come back into the Arizona zone. 3:58 to go in the first period. Arizona leading Grand Canyon 1-0.
First timer, her first time ever to a hockey game, first time ever seen a hockey game, Mariah Hendrickson. Mariah Hendrickson sitting over in section 101.
So face off to the right of Anthony Shuro. Arizona leading 1-0, a precarious 1-0 lead over this pesky Antelope squad. Now, I talked yesterday about how Arizona was hoping the Grand Canyon would become a rival and move up to the Division I level as well. And you're going to create an instant rival when you start to beat them. And Grand Canyon comes away with its first victory in 2 years of their existence against Arizona, and that's going to create a rivalry between these 2 teams. That's for darn sure, and that's good for hockey in the state of Arizona. Now, Arizona fans, of course, want Arizona to come out on top of that rivalry, but it's good to have a competitive Grand Canyon University team, and we do hope that they get up to Division I of the ACHA as they break in over the blue line. Hopefully Northern Arizona University comes back to Division I as well, and we have 4 good quality ACHA Division teams in the state of Arizona. It would help all 4 of those teams. That said, we want Arizona to get back in their winning ways here today against the Antelope, who break in or try to break in over the blue line, give the puck away to Arizona, sends it up the near side's board to no one in particular. So Grand Canyon tries to wheel it in on net. They keep the puck in the zone. Orion Olsen with the puck up to Kusinelli, and they're breaking up 2-on-2. Now with Stalyuth. Good poke check there by the Antelope to break up that rush. Kusinelli bounces with a couple guys. And heads back to the bench as Churro stops the puck. 2:20 to go in the period now. A good one for the Arizona Wildcats, or at least better than any of the periods yesterday, but that would not be difficult to do better than the game that Arizona played yesterday. And I think every single Arizona player would agree with that. So I'm not criticizing the Wildcats in a way that I think they would think about themselves. As the puck comes right back in, and that puck's in the net. Goal, Arizona, he shoots, he scores! Anthony Kusinelli gets his second of the game. What a sniper! Woo! 1:52 to go in this game, and Arizona breaks out to a 2-0 lead. We talk about how important it is to score in the last couple minutes of a period. I talk about this every game because it has such a psychological, devastating effect on the other team. Boy, that red light looks beautiful behind the Grand Canyon University goaltender. It's still on, and I don't blame the goal judge for keeping that on a little bit because Arizona only scored 2 goals yesterday. They already have 2 today. Kusinelli, wow, you need a goal, call up Anthony Kusinelli.
Arizona Wildcat goal. His second of the game. Give it to number 15, Anthony Kusinelli. The assist goes number 12, Chris Westland, and number 17, Nick Zelmer. That's Kusinelli from Westland and Zelmer. Time of your Wildcat goal, 18 minutes, 8 seconds in the first period.
Oh, and a miss at an open net there by Robert Smythe, just rejoining this team. He could have made it 3-0. Cats put the pressure right back, and it's in! There's a goal, Arizona! It's in! Arizona takes a 3-0 lead. Maybe the floodgates are going to open now for the Arizona Wildcats. This is the period they were looking for. Right back off the face-off, the Cats get a 3rd goal of this period. Just a minute after taking a 2-0 lead, Arizona now up 3-0. Yeah, I don't see the Grand Canyon bench whooping and hollering like they were to start the warm-ups here right now. This has got to take their confidence away a little bit. Played a very good first period, but gave up 2 late goals.
That goal, give it to number 22, Robert Smythe. The assist goes to number 5, Sean Osment, number 16, Tyler Griffith. That's Smythe from Osment and Griffith. Time of your Wildcat goal, 18 minutes, 43 seconds in the first period.
He shoots, he scores. Cats come right back in, there's a shot, and another goal! Jake Dickinson! Jake Dickinson has blown this open in the first period. Dickinson with a blistering shot right inside the post. Woo! Arizona 4, Grand Canyon nothing. Woohoo! This will be interesting to see if in the second period, if Grand Canyon head coach Daniel Roy goes back to Barabash. That goal, Swale saw all the way.
Give it to number 29, Jake Dickinson. That's Dickinson, unassisted. Time of your Wildcat goal, 19 minutes, 26 seconds in the first period.
So Dickinson with the goal, and Swales saw that all the way. He was just beat. And the Arizona fans, a tradition, it's all your fault. You can't blame the Arizona fans for being a little pesky after that loss yesterday, as you get players mixed up at the whistle there on the far side. Yeah, Grand Canyon now feels a little bit like Arizona did yesterday. Let the players separate now, and no more harm done. So that's the period we were looking for, Wildcat fans. As the Cats leave the ice feeling a lot better about themselves than they did yesterday. Boy, Grand Canyon so confident to start this game, whooping and hollering as they took warm-ups, weaving in and out of Wildcat players, kind of taunting them, and I was wondering how that was going to work out for them. Well, when you beat Arizona on their home ice like Grand Canyon did yesterday, yeah, you create that kind of confidence and that bravado, and they certainly had it to start this game, but at the end of the first period, that bravado has been crushed with 4 consecutive goals by the Arizona Wildcats. Now, this game is not over. How many times have we seen a team who thinks they figured out another one take their foot off the gas? And I got to believe that this Wildcat squad is not going to do that. They were so frustrated by that loss yesterday against Grand Canyon. I think they're going to score as many goals as they possibly can tonight. Or this afternoon. I keep thinking it's a night game. We had a 2 p.m. Puck drop today. And the early start today has not stopped Arizona. They get goals from Anthony Cusinelli. He had 2. And then Robert Smythe, rejoining the team after playing for the Wildcats last season, got the 3rd goal. And Jake Dickinson pots a goal for his 4th goal, for the 4th goal for the Arizona Wildcats. As we show the celebration video that I created for Kelly Walker, who has his number retired, the banner hanging in the arena. And we're going to get right back on the air in a second here, and there we go. So it's the end of one period of play. Arizona 4, the Grand Canyon University Antelope nothing, exactly the period that Arizona was looking for. We'll see if Arizona keeps its foot on the gas pedal now, because school is not back in session for the University of Warner. We're short-handed here with our University Wildcat hockey media team. So we won't be interviewing opposing players like we usually do, and we won't have Arizona player interviews, and we won't have our usual intermission reports. Instead, I'm going to go and have a cough drop and get ready to come back for the second period of play. At the end of one, it's Arizona 4 and Grand Canyon University nothing. You're watching University of Arizona Wildcat hockey. I'm Timothy Gasson. They call me the AZ Puckman. I've been following hockey at the University of Arizona for more than 30 years. And this is my Wildcat Hockey Report. Welcome to the Wildcat Hockey Report. I'm Timothy Gasson. I'm with the head coach of the Wildcats. This is Chad Berman. Coach, every coach has a list of things that they want their team to have when they enter a new season, kind of a checklist. But you really don't know what your team has until they start playing games. You've had a few weeks of games now. What is it on that checklist that you can check for these Wildcats for this new season?
Well, I think the given before, regardless of the team, is you want to play discipline, you want to play great defensive hockey. If you do that, you're going to give yourself a chance to win. Once we, kind of got a sense of what we had here in our recruiting class, it really came about pace of play. We think we have a team that can play with and without the puck at a higher pace than most teams. So that's what we think we have an advantage, and we want to make sure we're playing at a high pace.
Let's talk about the newcomers on this squad. You have 15 new players, a lot of freshmen. What do you think about these young players who are just starting their college career here at Arizona?
Yeah, it's a really nice group. I mean, this is the most fun I've had since I've been here. So we're having a lot of fun. We're gelling together. Obviously, when you're winning, that's a lot of fun. But what I like the most is when we show up to work, we put in the work. That's all business. We have fun together on the ice, off the ice, traveling on the bus and the planes, all that good stuff. So I think the potential for this group is through the roof, and it's going to be a process. So we'll keep layering it on.
Well, you mentioned the winning, and you are winning. The Wildcats are off to a hot start early in this year, rising in the rankings. Already 2 wins against arch rival Arizona State. How does that positive start help build that confidence in this Wildcat squad?
Yeah, I mean, you got to earn your confidence, right? So we can talk about what we need to do, but the guys need to feel a sense of reward for that. So when we start getting rewarded for doing the details and the back checks, for having our sticks in the lanes, for guys getting up on the bench for the shot blocks and stuff, that's how you slowly earn your confidence. So when we can come back and say, look what happens when we do this, and the results are there, that's easier to sell, and that builds quicker momentum for us.
You mentioned 2 things that I thought were interesting with this squad. The fun that you guys have, and also the attitude that you guys have. I want to talk about those 2 things. You have a new award that you give at practice. I've seen photos where there's a hockey helmet with what looks like a unicorn horn or something off of it that you award to a player at practice. What is that?
Yeah, my son Grady and I had a little arts and crafts day. We just want to do something different this year, and keep it fun. It's a long year. These guys have got school and whatever else going on in their lives, and there's a lot of hours that get committed and travel, and so you wanted to find ways to keep things light. So that's for our shootout champion, and so whoever wins the shootout gets the crown, the unicorn hat, or whatever you want to call it. And then start of the next shootout, they'll wear it during the shootout until they pass it on to, like a torch, basically.
That's great fun. But let's also talk about the attitude. I noticed in your locker room you have some new phrases actually on the wall, kind of the attitude makers for this Wildcat squad. Talk about the phrases that you have on the locker room wall and what you're trying to instill in this squad.
Yeah, I mean, it's cultural stuff. When you're building a program, we want to build this thing the right way. We don't want to win on occasion. We don't want to have hot streaks. We want to build a consistent winner, one that the fans here are going to be proud of. We're going to be a contender for a national championship consistently every year, and that's what we're building towards. So in order to do that, you have to establish a consistent culture to get consistent results. So we put some quotes up there that I'm fond of, and that we did some work on, and John Hogan, our assistant, helped with. And one of them being greatness is a daily habit, and I'm a big fan of that one. That there is no such as anything you want to be successful in life. There's no hot and cold day. My favorite hockey player of all time is Nick Lidstrom, and they call him the perfect human because he tapes his stick perfectly, he ties his shoes well, he combs his hair perfect, and to me that's what that's about, doing everything right. And when you do, those little things will start to add up. So that's a big one for me. Another one is those who stay will be champions. That's about what it takes to be a part of this program. We're going to continue to grow. It's going to be harder to make the team. It's going to be harder to make the roster. And those who buy in, commit to the process, we're going to make it happen. We're going to win a championship here. We're going to bring home a ring to this arena. And it's going to be a special day. So those who buy in, that stick to the process, we're going to make that happen. And then above the door it says change your best, and that's just a mentality thing about every day you step on the ice, you should expect this is going to be my best day. And I think they all tie together nicely.
You mentioned freshman Anthony Cusinelli, who already has a hat trick against arch rival Arizona State. What can you say? We're going to talk to Anthony in just a few minutes here on the Wildcat Hockey Report. What do you see early in his college career that makes Anthony a dangerous scorer?
Yeah, I mean, he's just got some natural ability, that's for sure. Yeah, he's a very slippery player. He's got kind of a sneaky step to him, so he can slide through. Very elusive with his hands, but his number one asset is he's a shooter, so we're always encouraging him to shoot. You'll see in the power play, we're trying to free him up into open space. He's a threat every time he has the puck, and certainly a nice weapon for us.
Well, congratulations on the hot start with your Arizona Wildcats. We look forward to seeing you back at the Tucson Convention Center for more home games in this season. And stay tuned. We'll be right back on the Wildcat Hockey Report. I'm joined now by Arizona forward Anthony Cusinelli. Anthony's a freshman and a newcomer to the squad. Tell me, Anthony, you played juniors last year on the East Coast. How was college hockey different than playing in juniors in New Jersey?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big step up from juniors. Guys are a lot bigger out here, a lot stronger, so I've been trying to get in the gym as much as I can just so I'm ready every night. But yeah, I mean, biggest difference has been the toughness and strength of these bigger guys.
Now, there's one thing that is obvious to me, at least early in your freshman season here at Arizona, and that's that you have a scoring touch. Scored a big hat trick against Arizona State University. Perhaps you've noticed that we take the games against Arizona State very seriously here at Arizona, and that's a big accomplishment. So tell me about your scoring touch. Is that something that players develop? Are some players just naturally born with the scoring touch? How do you develop becoming a scorer?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I was younger, I kind of realized that was a big part of my game, so kept working on it, and I had coaches who kind of helped me improve on my scoring touch, and yeah, I mean, it's the biggest part of my game for sure, so I just try to shoot the puck as much as I can every time I'm out there.
So you're getting ready to go on your first real road trip here with Arizona in Colorado. What are you expecting to see on the road? Is it different for you to play on the road than it is to play at home?
Yeah, I mean, not too much, but little things like preparation. It's nice being able to sleep in and come to TCC, but I mean, yeah, we'll adjust. I mean, preparation is the same once we get to the rink, so we'll be ready to go.
We've been talking to Anthony Cusinelli, and we look forward to seeing you score more goals like that hat trick you did against Arizona State, Anthony. We noticed that. We look forward to seeing you score more goals here, and we look forward to seeing you on the next Wildcat Hockey Report.
Hello, Wildcat fans. I'm Chad Berman, head coach of Arizona Hockey. I'm inviting you out for our annual Pink the Rink event. You could buy one of these jerseys and put the name of any loved one you want on the back. All proceeds go directly to the University of Arizona Cancer Center. Help us put cancer in the penalty box.
the fellas trying to do what those ladies tell us. Get shot down cause you're overzealous. Play hard to get females, get jealous. Okay, smarty, go to a party. Girls are scantily clad and showing body. A chick walks by and you wish you can sex her, but you're standing on the wall like you was Poindexter. Next day's function, high class luncheon. Food is served and you're stone cold munching. Music comes on, people start to dance, but then you ate so much you nearly split your pants. A girl starts walking, guys start gawking, sits down next to you and starts talking. Said she wants to dance cause she likes the groove, so come on, fatso, and just bust the move.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah.
Just bust a move.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah.
You're on a mission and you're wishing someone could cure your lonely condition. Looking for love in all the wrong places. No fine girls, just ugly faces. From frustration, first inclination is to become a monk and leave the situation. But every dark tunnel has a light of hope, so don't hang yourself with a celibate rope. Your movie's showing, so you're going. Could care less about the five you're blowing. Theater gets dark just to start the show, and then you spot a fine woman sitting in your row. She's dressed in yellow, she says hello. Come sit next to me, you fine fellow. You run over there without a second to lose. And what comes next? Hey, bust the move.
You want it, you got it. You want it, baby, you
Just bust a
got it.
move.
You want it, you got it. You want it, baby, you got it.
In this city, ladies look pretty. Guys tell jokes so they can seem witty. Tell a funny joke just to get some play. Then you try to make a move and she says no way. Girls are faking, goodness saking. They want a man who brings home the bacon. Got no money and you got no car, then you got no woman, and there you are. Some girls are sadistic, materialistic. Looking for a man makes them opportunistic. They're lying on the beach perpetrating a tan so that a brother with the money can be their man. So on the beach you're strolling, real high rolling. Everything you have is yours and not stolen. A girl runs up with something to prove, so don't just stand there, bust the move.
You want it, you got it. You want it, baby, you
Just bust a
got
move.
it. You want it, you got it. You want it, baby, you
Break it down for me, fellas.
Welcome back to the University of Arizona Wildcat Hockey. I'm Timothy Gasson, and I'll be bringing you the second period of play between the Arizona Wildcats and the University, Grand Canyon University Antelope. The score is Arizona 4 and Grand Canyon nothing after one period of play. Exactly the kind of period that Arizona wanted to come back after yesterday's effort, and exactly the kind of game that Grand Canyon wanted to avoid after playing so hard and so well yesterday, keeping it close early, getting a couple goals to go up, and then making the play they needed to win the game. Well, none of that happened as the first period went
Ladies
on.
and gentlemen, here come your Arizona Wildcats.
Arizona now taking the ice again for the second period of play. And as I was saying, I get the idea that if Arizona can score more goals, they're going to score more goals. And I don't mean that facetiously. I mean, if they can keep scoring goals, I don't think they're going to stop scoring goals tonight. They're so frustrated from yesterday's game that I think they'll continue to score goals. It's just 4-0, however, a couple good plays, and Grand Canyon can be right back into the game. So no one should believe that the game is over and that Arizona hockey can do whatever it wants. Very competitive team here with the Antelope as we start the second period of play.
Number 33, Daniel Swale.
I don't understand that announcement since I believe Daniel Swale started the game and played the first period of play, number 33 for Grand Canyon. I was wondering if perhaps Daniel Roy would go back to Michael Barabash, who played so well yesterday, but he's giving Swale his turn in net. Number 33. didn't have a great first period, but is back in net for Grand Canyon. Perhaps the message to the Grand Canyon team was, you win as a team, you lose as a team. You can't put this all on the shoulders of your goaltender, who did make some good saves there in the first period, but now is working with a 4-goal deficit as Anthony Cusinelli, with 2 goals in that first period, picks up the puck, sends it over to Sean Osment at the blue line, just kind of floats it into the slot where it hits Luke Wilson. Cats come away with it, though. That's Nick Zellmer right in on goal, and there's a jam attempt. Swale able to keep it out of the net. And we'll have a face-off to the left of Swale. Cats win it right out to the slot. And there's a shot. That's a goal. That's a goal by Justin Plymouth. Nice rebound. Good reaction from Plymouth. He shoots. He scores. Arizona goes up 5-0 over Grand Canyon. Nice reaction play there by Justin Plymouth. Right place, right time. And you know, you got to put yourself in that right place and that right time, and then be able to see the puck and swat it in. Now, does Arizona get complacent here? You know, it's only natural to. Here's the call.
Number 19, Justin Plumoff. The assist goes number 6, Josh Larson. That's Plumoff from Larson. Time of your Wildcat goal, 1 minute 32 seconds in the second period.
He shoots. He scores. Arizona goes up 5-0 now. It's only human nature to get complacent if you think that you have a team in your sights and you know exactly how to beat them. Let's see if Arizona takes it. There's another goal. Oh, a beautiful shot by Robert Smythe. His second of the game, coming back to the Wildcats for the second semester, paying immediate dividends. Robert Smythe with a beautiful goal, filling up the net over the shoulder of Swale. Whoa! That gas pedal is all the way down, ladies and gentlemen. It's Arizona 6, Grand Canyon nothing. So much for my worry about complacency. Arizona comes right back in the first 2 minutes of the second period. A goal a minute.
Wildcat goal, and it's his second of the game. Give it to number 22, Robert Smythe. The assist goes number 21, Orion Olson. That's Smythe from Olson. Time of your Wildcat goal, 1 minute 54 seconds in the second period.
He shoots, he scores. Welcome back to the University of Arizona Wildcat lineup, Robert Smythe. Just a sophomore, obviously going to bring some scoring punch to the Wildcats for this second semester. And we need all the goals that we can get, that's for darn sure. Arizona now up 6-0 and still pressing. Now we have 2 Arizona players in line to get a hat trick. Both Anthony Cusinelli and Robert Smythe each have 2 goals each. That will be part of the drama for the rest of this game. This play comes on, and Manny Rowe throws the puck off. Check that. Justin Dungy throws the puck off the outside of the net, and it comes out of the zone. Cats come away with it again. Sean Osment with the puck at center ice. Throws it up to Nick Zellmer. Zellmer tries a backhand attempt. Thought I heard a whistle, so did everyone else. They turned, but play continues on. Sean Osment knocks it out of the air and just floats it back into the Grand Canyon zone. And here we're going to have an interference call. It's going to be Griffin Dine. He's wondering why it's an interference call, but he says he thought the puck was in the area. And just kind of, you could tell by how he shrugged at the referee and says, well, you know, it's your judgment. I thought the puck was in the area, and it shouldn't be an interference call. But Grand Canyon now goes on the power play, trying to get themselves back in this game. Boy, it's a tale of two cities looking at the two benches here. Grand Canyon sitting on their bench, attentive to the play, still in the game. Arizona kind of sitting, some of the guys sitting half, they're back to the ice on the bench, standing very relaxed. A lot of the roster standing though, wanting this squad to perform better. Ahead 6-0, but almost as if they want to erase that incredibly bad memory of yesterday's game. I can't blame them for wanting to somehow get that out of their system. Every team in a season seems to have a couple of games that just make no sense, and you can't figure out how they possibly could have performed so poorly. Yesterday, we got to hope is going to be the only one of this season for Arizona. They have had a couple low points in the season and a whole bunch of high points. Enjoying a very good season, and this is exactly the kind of bounce back that you want to see after such a disappointment. But we still have 50 minutes to go in this second period, and it's already 6-0. It's going to be fascinating to see, does Arizona continue to pour this on Grand Canyon? If it continues like this, what does Grand Canyon come away with after this second game? You gotta hope not to get too high after a victory. Certainly not to rub it in the nose when you're on the road with another game to play. Would seem to be a smart thing for a young hockey team to learn. I certainly understand why you'd be so excited about defeating your first Division I team in school history, and after playing a really good game too. But knowing that there's a second game and a game in Phoenix coming up, might want to treat this game slightly different. But we have a lot of hockey left here. Nothing is decided yet. It's 6-0 Arizona with 13:50 to go in the second period. That is a lot of hockey to play. Arizona can't just play like the game is over, because we know if there's one thing about Grand Canyon is they come in a good shot on goal, and the rebound, Churro able to chip it away as the penalty is now over. Churro makes another stick save, and Arizona gets the puck out of the zone. There's one thing we know about Grand Canyon is they will continue to come for 60 minutes. They're a hard-working hockey team. You can tell there's a good work ethic and culture in that hockey team. They showed it yesterday. So we know both as the shot comes right in on goal, Arizona able to get in very close to the goaltender here with the puck, and they come away with it again. That's Jake Dickinson with the puck. It's knocked out to Manny Rowe near the blue line. He sends it down low. Oh, that's kind of, and there's a takedown by Dickinson by a Grand Canyon player behind the play. As a nice shot by Trey Green is stopped by Churro. Trey Green almost broke his stick, slamming it against the boards after he was stuffed on that attempt. But behind the play, Dickinson picked up a Grand Canyon player and threw him to the ice. The referee didn't see it. There was no call. He picked up the Grand Canyon player kind of like he was a rag doll and just threw him to the ice. That should tell you the kind of attitude, the kind of disgust that Arizona entered this game with after their effort yesterday, as they come in now and they're offside. Arizona not a dirty playing team by any means at all, a very clean playing team. They're a skill kind of team, but they won't back away from a physical challenge, that's for sure. Especially on home ice, as we have 12:30 to go in the second period. Arizona firmly in control as there's a puck right in the slot to Trey Decker, but it goes wide. You got to wonder about how much Grand Canyon has left in their tank after giving everything in that victory yesterday. Now they had to reportedly bus back to the Phoenix area, spend the night, and then bus back here for today's game. Less expensive than to have hotel rooms and meals and all that for an entire hockey team on the road. So that's going to take a little bit out of your legs, all that travel back and forth, even though it's just to the Phoenix area and back. While Arizona Cusinelli going for the hat trick there, had an open shot, but it went right off of Swale. Cusinelli now with the puck, looking for the hat trick. Cusinelli, and that's a good stick there that deflects the puck out of play. And you wonder if things are going to start to get chippy here, especially if Arizona pots in a few more goals. It's 6-0 now with more than half the game to go. We're only 8 minutes and 6 seconds in to the second period. Arizona out comfortably ahead, 6-0. Another shot comes in on goal. And Swale saw it all the way and made a good save. An attempt by Travis Burrow. He came in but shot the puck wide. Ethan Stalyuth digging for the puck in the far side, but it comes out and down the ice. And there's playing his first game, number 24, Keelan Ulnick. The big 6'3" defenseman. You can tell Ulnick skating his way back into game shape. Very fluid for a 6'3" defenseman. As the puck comes out to Ty Griffith. Griffith in alone. He shoots it. Oh, did that score? Oh, I think it went off the post. Ty Griffith thought it was a goal. He had his stick up, but I think it flashed off the crossbar. Whoa, good effort there by Ty Griffith. He really thought he had scored that goal. He had Swale beat, but the goaltender's friend, the crossbar, the goalpost, saved him there. Nice speed by Ty Griffith, especially able to keep himself onside, pick up the puck, and come in with speed. There's Ulnick right over the blue line with the puck. Is he going to send that on net? He does. So far what we can tell you about Keelan Ulnick, the brand new defenseman playing his first game for Arizona, is that he's a good skater, and for his size is very swift and had a good move there as a skater, a good skater. So a young hockey player. This will be interesting in the second semester, what he brings to the Wildcats squad. Always looking to improve. Robert Smythe back with the program this semester, already with 2 goals. Boy, you can tell he's enjoying his time back at the University of Arizona playing hockey. And Keelan Ulnick, number 24, the brand new defenseman. We'll see where he works into in the rotation there for Arizona defensemen. As the Cats move back up, here's a beautiful move by Ben Fury, who had a goal yesterday. He's getting more playing time now and earning that playing time, playing well. Here we got a whistle behind the puck. Goaltender's going to call. What is he going to call? He's got his hand up. And we got a roughing call coming up. As soon as I say good things about Ben Fury back in the lineup, he goes to the box with a roughing call. I didn't see it, but this will give Grand Canyon a power play. 9:14 to go in the second period. We're more than halfway home in this game. Arizona with a 6-0 lead.
Wildcat penalty on number 9, Ben Fury. 2 minutes for boarding. Time of that penalty, 10 minutes, 46 seconds in the second period.
So not boarding, not a roughing call. It was a boarding call on Fury. A 2-minute minor, and Grand Canyon goes back on the power play. There's a shot and a good screen, but the puck went wide. Don't think Shuro even saw that, but the puck went wide. Westland misses the puck there on the breakout on the short-handed bid. Grand Canyon comes in over the line with the man advantage. Puck pinballs around and comes out of the zone. Is Ty Griffith able to, or is Justin Plumeth able to steal it? Plumeth does. Comes out to Westland. Westland scores. Beautiful, beautiful goal. Chris Westland short-handed. Arizona puts on the extra point and goes up 7-0. Beautiful assist to Westland in his shooting position, and he buried that one. 8:11 to go in the second period. We're only a little more than halfway through this game. I think at this point, Arizona now tries to send a message to the rest of the American Collegiate Hockey Association, which was, here's the call.
Oh, give it to number 12, Chris Westland. The assist goes to number 19, Justin Plumoff. That is Westland from Plumoff. Time of your Wildcat shorthanded goal, 11 minutes, 49 seconds in the second period.
He shoots, he scores. Beautiful goal there by Chris Westland. And you can just feel, it's almost like coming out of a cold or a flu. You can see the Arizona bench across the way, and they're getting better minute by minute, shaking off, this nightmare that was yesterday's hockey game, this inexplicable game. And I was talking about how, and here we got a tussle in the near side corner. Linesman in to separate it. Let's hope that everybody separates away here. Rest of the teammates skate away, and that's a good sign. Trey Kearns for Arizona having a wrestling match with Trey Green. Wow, the battle of the Treys for Grand Canyon and Trey Greeno. They're both going to go to the box. Both Treys will go to the box. It's a shame they couldn't get each a 3-minute penalty, so we could have both number 3s, both Treys, get a 3-minute penalty, but no, I think they're both going to get roughing minors. We'll see if there's any more in there. They didn't drop their gloves. It shouldn't be a fighting major. Now, you can't get a fighting major in college hockey without dropping your gloves. That's very rare to call that. This was more of a wrestling match. We'll see if double minors or perhaps a misconduct. The referee and the linesmen are discussing it right now. 7:13 to go in the second period. And this is a fascinating discussion. The two captains of the team, it looks like actually Nick Zellmer and Brett Kramer for Grand Canyon were talking behind the referees. It'd be fascinating to hear what they had to say to each other as, Trey Kearns is going to the locker room. He may have been disqualified from this game. But if it's a 10-minute misconduct, they also would send him off. So I shouldn't jump to a conclusion there. We'll see if this is a 10-minute misconduct or a game DQ. By how Trey Green is leaving the ice, he certainly has the body language that he's been tossed from the game, but we'll wait for the official call here to see. It was a prolonged wrestling match in the corner. And the referee is full aware it's a 7-0 game with 27 minutes of the game to go. And he wants to control this action and make sure it stays about hockey. So we'll wait for the official call, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any kind of offsetting, anyone needing to serve in a box. So a face-off and a
Number 3, Trey Green, a 5-minute face mask and a game misconduct.
whoa.
Wildcat penalty on number 3, Trey Kearns, a 5-minute face mask and a game misconduct. Both penalties at 12 minutes, 47 seconds in the second period.
So game misconducts. For both Kearns and Green. And they're done for the day. We continue on as the puck pinballs out to the slot. And now into the Arizona zone. Manny Rowe digging for it there. Bodies his man off the puck. Picks it up. Good move by Manny Rowe. Turns and wheels up ice. Up to Robert Smythe. Now over the ice to Ty Griffith, and Smythe will go for it in the far side corner. Finishes his check against Travis Burrow, but the puck comes out of the zone. Here comes into Keelan Ulnick, the brand new defenseman I was talking about. Now turns around, defends his blue line. As Ty Griffith comes in, winds up, takes a big shot that gets deflected away. Arizona picks it up, kind of wheels around in the Grand Canyon zone. A big shot from the point and another rebound. Juicy rebound there, but Arizona not able to get a stick on the puck. Comes back out to the point, down low. Well, you need the puck to score a goal, so Justin Dungy goes back for it, sends it back down low, digs for it there. Arizona still working here with a 7-0 lead. As Ben Fury is crunched behind the net, but still digs for the puck. Good work there by Fury. Comes out to Sean Osment. He threw it to Ethan Stalyuth, who really wasn't anticipating that puck there, so it comes back out to center ice and now into the Arizona zone. You get the idea with 5 minutes to go in the second period here in a 7-goal lead that Arizona's opponent is themselves. How well are they going to play for the rest of this game as the puck bounces in on Swale? That's a dangerous kind of puck, but he gobbles it up and we'll have a face-off. That indeed Arizona has figured out how to play Grand Canyon with a 7-goal lead. And now it's a matter of internal motivation. Do they continue to play at their highest level possible? Or are they satisfied with putting this game away with the whole period to go? I can't believe that they're satisfied after the feeling of last night. There's a beautiful pass over to Chris Westland. Chris Westland buries his second goal of the game. I got to talk more about complacency. Every time I do it, Arizona comes alive and scores another goal. Now we've got 3 players in line for a hat trick. Chris Westland, Anthony Cusinelli, and Robert Smythe. We'll wait for the call here, but it's Arizona 8.
Goal, give it to number 12, his second of the game, Chris Westland. The assist goes to number 15, Anthony Cusinelli. That's Westland from Cusinelli. Time of your Wildcat goal, 15 minutes, 23 seconds in the second period.
Trey Decker busting in there, sends the puck just wide. Decker, another great young player for Arizona, just a freshman, but already with 13 points in the season. He's going to turn into something special as there's an attempt by Stalyuth from the side of the net. the puck comes back into the Arizona zone. So I was talking about how the ACHA was abuzz about number 13 Arizona dropping that 3-2 decision to Grand Canyon yesterday. And I'm sure they're all watching the Twitter updates and the score for this game to see what's up with the Arizona Wildcats. Well, right now it's Arizona 8 and Grand Canyon nothing. I think that should quiet down the Twitter buzz slightly. So we'll have a face-off to the right of Anthony Shuro.
Brett Kramer, 2 minutes for delay of game. Wildcat penalty on number 19, Justin Plumoff. 2 minutes for delay of game. Time of those penalties, 16 minutes, 15 seconds in the second period.
Well, we have offsetting penalties here. I didn't see the penalties, what they're calling delay of game on both players. So shot in on Shuro. Pops up and he makes the save. Shuro working on a scoreless game. I almost used the sacred word, ladies and gentlemen. It begins with an S, ends with out. I almost said the sacred word, which is a curse to a goaltender. Never use that word if a goaltender has a scoreless game going, so I'll just say scoreless. A lot of hockey to play, though. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the second period. Arizona 8. Grand Canyon has nothing. Crowd very quiet because Arizona has this one in hand, and now the story becomes, what does Arizona do with this third period? Grand Canyon really looks spent, like they don't have a lot of energy left in them. As here comes Fury, really crashing the net. Good play. Puck comes back to Cusinelli. Sean Osment, he hit the post. Osment hit the post. Sean Osment should have had a goal. This game easily could be 10-0 right now as Grand Canyon breaks right back in. And there's a weak shot that goes wide. Yeah, Grand Canyon just doesn't look like it has any jump whatsoever as Arizona comes in. And whoa! Orion Olson! He shoots, he scores! Ryan Olson clings that one in. Arizona goes up 9-0. Oh, it's great to see the captain of the team, Orion Olson, score. Just his third goal of the season. The senior defenseman, captain of the team. Way to go, Orion Olson with a beautiful shot. Blistering, beats Swale cleanly. It's 9-0. Let's have
We'll give it to number 21, Orion Olson. The assist goes to no one. It's an unassisted goal. That's to number 21, Orion Olson. Time of that Wildcat goal, 17 minutes, 32 seconds in the second period.
I like our PA announcer, Joe Pirates. Excellent PA announcer. He says the assist goes to no one, meaning it's an unassisted goal, but because I was saying I don't have no one, I don't know what number he is on our roster. So unassisted to Orion Olson there as the Cats come right back in. You know, Manny Rowe would like to pot a goal here to kind of make up for a couple of penalties that he has taken, as our offsetting minors for delay of game are up. And we're back at full complement of both rosters. 1:43 to go in the second period. Now head on over to our University of Arizona Wildcat Facebook page. Our Leah Merrill will have thoughts from head coach Chad Berman as he leaves the ice after this second period. That's in a minute and a half of game time from now, with Arizona leading 9-0. Cats looking for more coming up ice. Here's Ben Fury. Fury coming in, but a good stick poke checks him away. Osmond sends it back to Fury. Oh, the puck just goes wide. Fury could have had a goal there now. You get the idea. Arizona's not going to let up as Griffin Dine blasts a shot in. Boy, I'd love to see Griffin Dine get a goal one of the hard-working players. He worked hard yesterday as well. 1 minute to go in the second period. At our Facebook page, you can hear the thoughts of Coach Chad Berman about this game so far. And we'll come back for the third period of play here on our YouTube feed. And at the end of the game, I'll go down for our center ice interviews and our post-game press conference. So the puck is loose again in the slot. Arizona trying to make it a 10 spot before the end of the period. 12 seconds to go in the period, and the puck comes out to center ice. Arizona with 4 goals in the first, 5 goals in the second to make it 9-0, and that's it for the period. I'm going to watch the body language of Grand Canyon here as they come off the ice, and they're not hooting and hollering anymore. Some of them just sitting on the edge of the bench. They're kind of gauging the Arizona players, I think. Like, are these guys going to keep coming at us? The answer is yes. I firmly get the idea that if Arizona can score 9 more goals, they will. And you can't blame them after yesterday's game. So that's 2 periods of play in the books. It's the University of Arizona 9, Grand Canyon University 0. Liam Merrill right now is going to go grab head coach Chad Berman for an interview over on our Wildcat Facebook page. That's where we'll have our post-game press conference. But at the end of the game, remember to run down to center ice for our play. So that's the end of 2 periods of play, and we'll be back for the third period.
just ask your boss or your teacher if you can get the afternoon off to see Wildcat hockey. We need you. We need you. We need you to play hooky for hockey. It's time for another Arizona Wildcat hockey. This or that.
Escargot or caviar?
Caviar. Caviar. If you don't know what the other one is.
Escargot. Then escargot is caviar. and I know it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hand, touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never was, but now I look at the night and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I hurt, hurting runs off my shoulders. How can I hurt when holding you? Warm, touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to
and gentlemen, here come your Arizona Wildcats.
Welcome back to University of Arizona Wildcat Hockey. I'm Timothy Gasson. I'll be bringing you the third period of the game between your number 13 Arizona Wildcats and the Antelopes of Grand Canyon University. So far today is a complete reversal of yesterday, with Arizona enjoying a 9-0 lead over Grand Canyon University, and you just have to wonder what are the two approaches to this third period going to be for either team. Arizona moving left to right, Grand Canyon moving right to left as you look at your television or computer screen. Does Arizona continue to score at will and send a message to not only themselves but the rest of the ACHA? Or do they hold off knowing there's a fourth game in this series that'll happen next month in the Phoenix area, a home game for Grand Canyon University. We're not sure if that game will be played at the Glendale Arena or not. And there's another attempt from Westland, opportunity right off the faceoff. And there's Cusinelli with his hat trick. Cusinelli scores! Hat trick, Anthony Cusinelli. 21 seconds into the third period, Arizona takes a 10-0 lead. That's another hat trick for Cusinelli. And here come the Hats onto the ice. So that's not exactly cruising. Oh, his goaltender far out of the net. He was lucky that the puck went wide. Otherwise, it would have been another goal.
Arizona Wildcat goal, and it's a hat trick for number 15, Anthony Cusinelli. The assist goes to number 18, Ethan Stallhuth, and number 12, Chris Westland. That's Cusinelli from Stallhuth and Westland. Time of your Wildcat goal, 21 seconds in the third period.
So Cusinelli with the hat trick. And Arizona up now 10-0. That's the response that everyone in that Arizona locker room was looking for. I can tell you that. And you wonder, Grand Canyon with their big win yesterday with Division I opponent here, Arizona. Are they satisfied with that split? Of course, they great accomplishment winning yesterday. I think you start to look forward to that fourth game in Glendale. You can play with Arizona, at least they did yesterday. There's got to be big doubt now, though. If Arizona's on its game, can you compete with them? Not to take away that victory for Grand Canyon yesterday. They deserved it. They won it. They did what they needed to win fair and square. But if Arizona's playing well, can they compete with them? As Ty Griffith comes over the blue line with the puck, loses the puck.
50 tickets. Here is tonight's winner, 990-873.
Just the start of the third period of play. Arizona up 10-0. And I'm trying to think, I don't know the last time that Arizona has had a 10-goal lead on anyone. There's a shot off the blocker and then another rebound. Robert Smythe goes for it. He also is in line for a hat trick. He has 2 goals. Cusinelli has completed his hat trick. Chris Westland also has 2 goals and could come up with a hat trick. As Grand Canyon comes out to center ice. Manny Rowe comes up with the puck, sends it right in the slot Arizona's able to stand in the slot all day today. But there's a save. And we'll have a face-off back in the Grand Canyon zone. Now, next Friday and Saturday, big games here at the Tucson Convention Center. As Arizona takes on Utah. It'll be Teddy Bear Toss night on Friday night. And Pink the Rink, the Cancer Awareness Night. The team will wear pink Arizona uniforms on Saturday. That's next Saturday here at the Tucson Arena, Arizona and Utah. So Arizona continues to press here. This will be interesting to see who Coach Berman will pick for the player of the game in a bounce-back game like this with so many scorers. And Arizona now leading 10-0 over the Antelope. Shot got through, and another one goes wide by Jake Dickinson, also with the goal here tonight. Bit of a shooting gallery as Zummer sends it in on Swale. Ben Fury goes back for the puck in the Arizona zone. So with about a minute to go, I'll run down to center ice and we'll do our post-game interviews. And then after that, a few minutes after that, head to our Facebook page and we'll have our post-game press conference. But we still have 15 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this third period. Ben Fury tips the puck. Goes into the Grand Canyon zone where it's picked up there. We'll see if Grand Canyon, do they have any legs left? That's Nick Marolda with the puck. He has some legs here in this third period, coming in over the zone with the puck. Loses it to Sean Osment. And Chris Westland sends it up ice. That's Anthony Cusinelli already with a hat trick. And there's a goal, another one by Chris Westland completing his hat trick. He shoots, he scores. Who the heck is going to be the star of this game? We have two players with hat tricks. Chris Westland cruising down the slot, and the puck ends up on his stick and goes in the net.
Trick for number 12, Chris Westland. The assist goes to number 15, Anthony Cusinelli. That's Westland from Cusinelli. Time of your Wildcat goal, 4 minutes, 56 seconds in the third period.
He shoots, he scores. Well, you know, if the Twitter sphere was abuzz with Arizona losing 3-2 to Grand Canyon yesterday, they're going to look at this score and really wonder what yesterday was about. Arizona up now 11-0. And still everybody scratches their head about yesterday's game. You know, it was a combination of things. It was both Arizona looking very rusty after almost a month off, and Grand Canyon giving a really great effort. I mean, you put those two things together, and a Division II team can beat a Division I team. Now Arizona, again, not playing their best game here today, but a lot more effort throughout the lineup and some real skill offensively from Arizona. So this is the game they needed to get ready for much better competition in Utah next weekend. As there's Sean Osment comes in on the goaltender, and he didn't mean to hit the goaltender there. He takes a little bit of abuse from a Grand Canyon player, but he really did try to get out of the way of the goaltender. Sean Osment, not a dirty player in any way. Great young man, a fine senior here for this Arizona squad. He got out of the way. I think everyone understood he wasn't trying to run the Grand Canyon goaltender there. As the puck comes back to Smythe, who sends it in on Swale, and he makes the save. So 13:31 to go in the game. Arizona 11, Grand Canyon nothing. And the intensity of the third period from last night's game certainly has evaporated for this one. There's no mystery here. Arizona's going to win this hockey game. It's now just a matter of the margin. And does any rough stuff happen in this game? The other mystery is the scoreless game being played by Anthony Sherrill. I did not use the sacred word, which would curse the goaltender who has not let in a goal yet today. You only use that word after the game is over, which is going to happen in 12 minutes and 30 seconds. Jake Dickinson with the puck. Blocker save out of play by Daniel Swale there.
YouTube page for the live game video and, of course, the Wildcat Hockey Report.
Well, and there's Joe Pirates with the PA announcer about our YouTube hockey broadcasts. All home games are broadcast for free on the University of Arizona Wildcat YouTube channel, and we're hoping to do at least one away game broadcast coming up. We hope to announce that soon. And if the Arizona Wildcats do qualify for the national tournament, I'll be heading to Columbus, Ohio, and we hope to broadcast any and every national tournament game that the Arizona Wildcats play in the national tournament. So more Wildcat hockey coming through our YouTube channel. And I know Wildcat fans will enjoy seeing this 11-0 game more than the 3-2 loss to Grand Canyon yesterday. And with 11:59 to go in the third period, I will officially never mention that loss again until we play Grand Canyon in the Phoenix area in February, where it will be relevant to discuss again. But I think that has almost been washed out of the memory of Wildcat fans, and we have to hope from the Wildcat lineup as well, at least the negative parts of it. I mean, you can learn great things from being outworked by an opponent and losing a game that you're supposed to win. Arizona is a very young hockey team. They still have a lot to learn, and you got to hope that you get positive lessons out of games like that rather than it just turning negative and throughout the lineup. So we have to hope that that's what the Wildcats have taken out of yesterday's game. Grand Canyon, of course, can use it as a great building block for their program to show they can be successful at Grand Canyon. And I have no doubt as the program continues on, the Antelope program will become a very good hockey program. And as I said before, that's just good for college ice hockey in the state of Arizona. You know, I'll even privately admit, of course not in public on anything like our broadcast, that it's good that when Arizona State University hockey in the ACHA is strong, that's good for Arizona hockey. Just as long as the University of Arizona is just slightly like one goal better, that's fine with me. But I'd never actually admit that. As play continues on with 11 minutes to go in the third period, Arizona back over the line. And, you know, a lot of the intensity has evaporated from this game. I don't think Arizona's going to score another bucket full of goals here. Of course, you want to avoid injury. Both teams want to avoid injury. You don't want to have silly, rough stuff happen here. As Arizona, Ethan Staluth comes up ice, sends the puck back over to Josh Larson. Nice pass, but a save by Swale. Puck goes back to the opposite side. Now right back into the slot comes Keelan Ulnick, the brand new defenseman playing his first game. Big 6'3" defenseman for Arizona. He stays on the ice. This game will be really good for him to work himself into game condition. And we got to thank fine ACHA statistician, amateur statistician. He doesn't work for the ACHA. He does his own stats and does a great job at it. And also University of Arizona hockey fan. He calls himself Fishbert on the Twitter. And he sent me some good information about recent victories by Arizona and the scoring margin as Swale freezes the puck. In October of 2011, Arizona was up 16-0 over Division II Texas and 10-0 over Division II Texas. In November, 12-0 over Division II Weber State. And they've scored more than at least 10 goals against other Division II teams, but it seems like those three in 2011 were the last 10-goal leads over Division II team. And you can say, well, I don't know what that proves. It's a Division I team. You're supposed to be better than them. Well, gee, after yesterday's game, it certainly does make Arizona and Arizona fans feel better. And we're going to have a whistle here, and let's see if Grand Canyon gets an extra 2 minutes here. This is going to be a penalty on Grand Canyon, and then a little bit of extra aggression. Well, Arizona's going to go to the box here. And they're not going to take anyone from Grand Canyon. There was a little bit of extra stuff there from the Grand Canyon player. I think the referees understand in an 11-0 game with 9 minutes to go, there's going to be some obvious frustration, but Tyler Griffith will go to the box. So Grand Canyon goes on the power play. And they hope to dent the scoreboard. Oh, a big hit, clean hit by Orion Olson on Jeff Payne at center ice. Payne's okay, gets right back up. And the power play continues, 1:20 to go. Now 1:10 to go on the power play, 8:20 to go in the game. Arizona up 11-0. Already two players with hat tricks. Chris Westland and Anthony Cusinelli. And Grand Canyon is really trying to work the puck up the ice to try to get on the board. Coming in over the ice, there's a shot that gets blocked off of Matt Tweeton's stick. Held in and almost picked off there by Sean Osmond, but the puck bounces off into the Arizona bench. So we'll have a face-off, I think, just inside the Arizona zone. It's going to come down to the circle of the Arizona zone. Sean Osmond, I think, complaining that the puck went out of zone outside the blue line. But we'll have a face-off at the far dot. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Cats come back now, just 4 seconds to go on the power play. The power play has now expired, but we got a 2-on-1 developing for Grand Canyon. 2-on-1, and the shot goes wide. Never looked to make the pass. It was a shot all the way from Gabe Rankin, and it went high and wide. Grand Canyon picks it up again, keeps it in the zone. Over to Wyatt Grant, and now it hits right in the slot. Can Grand Canyon get to it? They do, but it's blocked to the near side boards. Intercepted now by Arizona. Grand Canyon hasn't had any real offensive pressure or setup in this game at all. This is what we were expecting yesterday, not today, but I have an idea perhaps the travel and all the energy spent by the Antelope yesterday, it really took their toll on them, and they just haven't had the same kind of charge in their battery, while the Arizona battery is perhaps maybe 3/4 charged here. They're not operating at full strength. But, you know, as we were talking about yesterday, a hockey team can't take a month off and then expect to be playing at the same high level. That they were before that break. Arizona really built in that first semester toward the end of the semester, and they played a really excellent hockey in that sweep of Arizona State University. And you can't expect them to operate at that same level perhaps after a month break. That's why we thought these Grand Canyon games were going to be a good, frankly, a tune-up for the rest of the Division I competition for Arizona. But that can be dangerous if you don't play well. Well, Arizona's playing very well here. There's a nice tip in front. The puck is still loose, but it goes over the net, behind the net now. Picked up and sent in on goal by Josh Larson, back in the lineup here today, along with Trey Decker. Now we got a delayed penalty on Grand Canyon with 5:30 to go. The extra attacker is on for Arizona. Shuro's on the bench. Goes over to Fury, who takes a shot and scores. Ben Fury scores. Arizona scores! Ben Fury with a beautiful high rising shot. Went to the high near corner. Woo-hoo! So the Cats make it 12-0. You know, this reminds me of a famous college football story. In the 1960s, Woody Hayes, coach of the great Ohio State Buckeye college football team, was asked why he went for 2 points against the university that's up there in the state above there in Ann Arbor. I'm an Ohio State grad, so I can't say that name. They were ahead 50, I think 50-13 or something. Here's the call.
With the number 9, Ben Fury. That's Fury unassisted. Time of your Wildcat goal, 14 minutes, 30 seconds in the third period.
So the Cats go up 12-0. In any case, Woody Hayes was asked, he had scored 50 points against the team up north, the big rival there from Ann Arbor. And we have another penalty on Grand Canyon. Well, it's an interference call on Grand Canyon, and Arizona goes right back on the power play. So it goes over to Stahlhuth. Fanned on the puck by Cusinelli. Ohio State had scored 50 points already in their game, and they scored a touchdown to make it 50 points, and they went for 2 points, and Woody Hayes was asked, there's another goal. Is that another goal by Cusinelli? And we got a fight now going. Yes, we got a fight now going. Cusinelli took a cross-check after scoring that goal. I think that's a Texas hat trick for Cusinelli. And then a fight right after, and they're going to send a Grand Canyon player right off here. I think this is William Griswold. And I think Justin Plumeth. Justin Plumeth is sent off, and I think Griswold is sent off. I think they've both been given at least misconducts here with only 4:31 to go in the game. Ryan Olson and the captain of the Grand Canyon team talking animatedly as the referees figure out what the penalties are, and it's being explained to them now. So we'll wait for the calls. The calls are now being told to the score. 4:30 to go in the game. Arizona up 13-0 now. 4 goals in the first, 5 goals in the second, 4 goals so far here. Yeah. Some friends of Ben Fury have just come by saying thanks for the call about Ben Fury. Ben Fury playing very well today. So we'll have a face-off here at center ice. Still waiting for the calls.
Arizona Wildcat goal, and it's a Texas hat trick for number 15, Anthony Cusinelli. Well, that's Cusinelli, unassisted. Time of your Wildcat goal, 15 minutes, 29 seconds in the third period.
He shoots, he scores. Another Arizona tradition to chant, "It's all your fault." And an
Griswold, 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. Wildcat penalty on number 19, Justin Plumont. 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. Both penalties in 15 minutes, 29 seconds in the third period.
so offsetting 2-minute penalties plus 10-minute misconducts. So those players are done for the game. Just 3:41 to go in the game. Now, remember, Cat fans, I'll run down to center ice, and we'll have our post-game interview. I gotta believe this player of the game might be Anthony Cusinelli with the Texas hat trick, but we'll see what Coach Berman has to say about that. Playback on now, just 3:20 to go in the game. Will Arizona add the extra point to make it 14-0? Well, they're working on it right now. Possession of the puck in the zone. Fury in front of the net. Can they get the puck to him in scoring position? He has to go in and try to dig it out behind the net now. It's over to Manny Rowe. He makes the right decision and backs up rather than trying to pinch it and keep that puck in. Now they're thinking about that scoreless game so far for Anthony Shuro in goal. Maybe he's our star of the game. Just 2:38 to go in the game now. Cats pick up the puck again. Send it to Dustin Dungy. He stops, sends it over to Griffin Dine. Is he going to send that? He does. And it's gloved by Swale. It was going wide, but why let the mayhem continue? 2:11 to go in the game. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the Arizona Wildcats are going to win this one. They lead 13-0 with 2 minutes to go. .2:11 to go, check that. Shot comes in on Swale, and good for him for keeping his focus in this game. You know, you give up a lot of goals like he has here, you might give up a bunch late if your head isn't in the game. Swale, a competitor to the end of minute 55 to go in this, made a good save there. And you know, win or lose, college hockey players play with a lot of pride. I mean, they're trying really hard. It's really hard to win a hockey game. The Cats break in 2-on-1. Comes over to Griffin Dine. Griffin Dine fills up the net. Griffin Dine scores. Griffin Dine makes it 14-0. Griffin Dine. One of the hardest working players on this Wildcat squad. I gotta say, one of my favorite players, not a flashy player. What a tough guy is Griffin Dine. You love to see a guy like him work hard and get a goal. Griffin Dine makes it 14-0. 14-0. Wow.
Arizona Wildcat goal, give it to number 14, Griffin Dine. The assist goes to number 26, Justin Dungy. That's Dine from Dungy. Time of your Wildcat goal, 18 minutes, 22 seconds in the third period.
Well, we haven't finished announcing the 14th goal, and Arizona has scored the 15th goal. This might be Ty Griffith's goal. Woo-hoo! Yeah. We'll wait for the call here. I think this is Ty Griffith, who skated really well yesterday.
1 minute left in the third period.
1 minute to go
Arizona
in the
Wildcat
period.
Goal, give it to number 16, Tyler Griffith. That's Griffith unassisted. Time of your Wildcat goal, 18 minutes, 49 seconds in the third period.
So I'm going to run down to center ice. We'll have our post-game interviews. So stay right here.
up in my taxi cab, everybody's looking at me now. Like, who's that chick that's rocking kicks? She gotta be from out of town. So hard with my girls on around me. It's definitely not a Nashville party, 'cause all I see are stilettos. I guess I never got the memo. My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. It's when the DJ dropped my favorite tune and the Britney song.
Grand Canyon penalty on number 26, Brett Kramer. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Wildcat penalty on number 16, Tyler Griffith. 4-minute double minor for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. Both penalties at 19 minutes, 37 seconds in the third period. Shots on goal in the third period. Grand Canyon with 5, Arizona with 29. For the game, the Antelopes with 22 shots on goal, the Wildcats with 69 shots on goal. The final score here at the Tucson Convention Center Arena, it is your Wildcats 15, Grand Canyon nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the Wildcats back in action on Friday and Saturday at 7:30 as they take on Utah. Friday night is the Teddy Bear Toss brought to you by Nova Home Loans. And also, Saturday night is Pink the Rink night. Bring your pink jerseys, and also you can order one as well. Go to ArizonaWildcatHockey.org and help the Arizona Cancer Center.
We're live on the University of Arizona Wildcats Facebook page. I'm with the player of the game. This is Chris Westland. Chris, you got a hat trick today. 69 shots on goal. What was working for the Wildcats today?
Obviously, just getting it to the net. We put up a lot of goals tonight, and it's all about the shots on net and driving to the net.
Now, you had such a great first semester of play, winning the Cactus Cup. Moving on now to much tougher competition next weekend against Utah. What do the Wildcats have to improve on this week to play well against Utah here next Friday and Saturday night?
Just continue working on the D zone, stay tight, and really just work as a team.
Now, talk about some of the new guys. We had a couple new guys in the roster today playing their first game as a Wildcat this season. Is it tough to integrate new guys into a roster in a second semester, or does it add new blood, new energy?
It really adds new energy. We have a lot of character in the room, a lot of great guys, so there's really no tough transition there.
Well, congratulations on your game today. Chris Westland, our star of the game. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim.
Now let's bring in the head coach of the University of Arizona Wildcats. This is Chad Berman. Coach, I want to ask you the same question because we really need to look at this tough opponent coming into Tucson next Friday and Saturday, the Utah Utes. What do you want to see your Wildcats continue to improve on this week in practice to play well against the Utah Utes here Friday and Saturday?
We got to the halfway point. We were able to have a meeting after break and talk about the things we need to improve on. We're 6th in the country in scoring, so we know we can put the puck in the net, but if you're going to make a run deep into the national tournament, it's going to be with great defensive hockey. So we're really trying to buckle down in the neutral zone, D-zone coverage, 3-3 low, the little details like that. And if we do, we think we can make a nice run here.
Now, Robert Smythe was a Wildcat before. He's a Wildcat again, a couple of goals tonight. What did you think about his game, first game back as a Wildcat?
Yeah, he's a great talent. I mean, a big body who can shoot like that. It's just another guy we can add to our depth, and it certainly shows you flashes of how good we can be.
Now, we want the Wildcat Nation to come here next Friday and Saturday night. Teddy Bear Toss Night on Friday, Paint the Rink on Saturday. That's a very special cause for you, Coach. Would you talk about how important to the Tucson community the Paint the Rink event, that's a fundraiser for cancer awareness, why that event is so important to Tucson?
Yeah, both of them really. I mean, the Nova Home Loans Teddy Bear Toss, those teddy bears get donated to the Aviva Children's Hospital, and that's really a nice event. And then it's personally, for me, Pink the Rink is my favorite game every year. It's just different. It's a special atmosphere in here. You feel like the whole city's in the building, whether it's full or not. Last year we were fortunate enough to win the Community Service Award in the ACHA, and all credit goes to our fans. We try to provide the platform, but it means nothing if they don't support it. So the way they come out and support these causes, really, that trophy is in representation of them.
Well, congratulations on this victory today. We'll see you next Friday here at the TCC. Your winning coach, Chad Berman. Now, head on over to our Facebook page. In just a couple minutes, we'll have our post-game news conference, press conference with Coach Berman and some Arizona players. This is going to conclude our YouTube feed for today and conclude our Facebook Live look-in. Go Cats!